to the exclusive show Minds and Inspired here at the THDTV at Studio B. Today we bring reality, we bring grace, and we bring a mission at the studio. Thank you to the people that always comment, follow, and subscribe to our channel, and it's open for sponsorship. I am your host, Mohammed, and I'll be right back.
The most elegant, the most consistent, Miss Matty Joe.
In 1 month, in 1 week, you will play with you. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Welcome back to the exclusive show Minds and Inspired here at the THDTV at Studio B. Like I said, today we have a mission, a journey. We bring reality at the studio. Let's get into it. Make sure that you subscribe, you follow, and you comment. And thank you so very much to all our subscribers, and continue subscribing, and we bring in all the update. We don't only focus on news, but also entertainment, fashion, business, and beyond. Now, my guest, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Is the crown for me? Thank you very much. Okay, the viewers definitely want to know who you are. So can you tell them who you are, please?
Good day, viewers. My name is Matty Joe. I am crowned Miss Culture Gambia and appointed Miss African Essence Gambia, meaning I will be representing Gambia at the upcoming Miss African Essence International Pageant happening this month at Ethiopia.
Thank you very much. I think we have an international queen already at the studio. That's a great thing. Why pageantry?
Before I started pageantry, I always knew I wanted to be in the spotlight.
Okay.
I did not know what exactly I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something.
Okay.
So it started with the phase of MDI,
Okay.
which is now CSU,
Okay.
where I was supposed to represent my department. Standing on that stage, I felt something. I felt good. I felt myself working in heels and advocating for a cause. That is when I knew pageantry was my way.
Oh, that is a really, really amazing, and thank you very much for that clear information, because the viewers are going to be curious, and like the lady on the golden crown, who is she? She's Miss African Essence International. She's actually representing Gambia in Ethiopia this month. So like pageantry have gone beyond showing your body and showing yourself. What are the criteria for you to be a beauty queen in the Gambia?
As a beauty queen, the first thing you need to be is vocal.
Okay.
You need to also be passionate about what you're doing. It's not just about standing on stage and reading platforms and promising judges that you're going to do something, but what exactly are you doing after you're crowned?
Exactly.
As a pageant queen, I believe you should leave a legacy. You should be remembered for something, be remembered for the impact you have in your society. I think a beauty queen surpasses just looks and being able to work in heels. As a beauty queen, you're supposed to be a diplomat, a leader, and protector for the causes that you're fighting for.
That is really, really amazing. There is this video that we saw that was trending. You're supposed to First of all, you're supposed to represent Gambia in Liberia, right?
Yeah.
You made a video, you made a content. What happened all of a sudden?
So I would say there's not a very strong pageant association in the country, and for that reason, getting support if you're supposed to go international is a little difficult. You will send letters, do follow-ups, have promises, and then at the end of the day, they would just fail. And part of that was why we didn't make it to Liberia back in December.
Okay. So you were you were Miss Culture Gambia 2025, right?
I am still Miss Culture Gambia.
When yeah, she said she's still Miss Culture. Okay, you are Miss Culture Gambia 2025.
Mhm.
So how was the journey? How was the journey so far with Miss Culture pageant? To you?
Miss Culture Gambia pageant was interesting. One, because it was my first real pageant apart from the Face of MDI.
Okay.
The Face of MDI, I went in there for the experience, so I would know what pageantry is about,
Okay.
and so I would know if this is something that I wanted to do. So when I saw the Miss Culture auditions are out, I was like, let me give this a shot and see. When the theme was out, it aligned with something that I was passionate about, which is preserving culture. I thought, why not? So the journey was not easy. Miss Culture Gambia had my mental health spiraling. But at the end of the day, the journey was worth it, because after the crowning, the impact did not only stop nationally, but we had global recognition for what Miss Culture Gambia stood for and what it represented.
That's really clear. And beauty pageant has become a controversy in the country, and society has a call on it, especially the awareness of pageantry. I think it's now it's going beyond as we expected. But before, there are some of words come between it, like our parents do not allow you to be on stage. But them for like I'm going boom, like you are going to showcase chagala. All those insult and those physically abused words makes a lot of people that are much talented, they're able to go. So what is your take on that?
Well, I believe with everything that you're doing, your principle should come first. With every industry that you're in, why are you in there? What values do you want to set? What standards do you want to set? So when it comes to our parents, I think it is our responsibility to make them understand that pageantry goes beyond just showcasing your body. You can go internationally and still be modest.
For sure.
It depends on what you are representing and how you want to be looked at. And with the awareness, I think it is up to us, pageant kings and queens, to show the general public, educate them, make them aware about what pageantry is all about. Because with a lot of people that are close to me that don't know about pageants, when I explain to them that this is what I do, as a pageant queen, you're supposed to make an impact, you're supposed to fight for people, you're supposed to, help out the community. They're like, I did not know all of this was part of pageantry. So it's just the lack of awareness, which I think it is our responsibility to teach the general public what pageantry is all about.
Yeah, I think that is a great one. Speaking of impact, this past few days, and I also saw your video, you definitely went to a community where people are facing difficulties, and you make sure that you pour your heart and prepare something for them and give it out, which is actually, I think it's a project, right? It's actually a project of yours that you launched, and people really give a nice comment and recommendation, especially people that have been affected. So what makes you think of those people?
First of all, I am advocating for mental health. This is a project I had since I was planning to go for Miss Culture Global. I wanted to go there, fight, win, and get the funds to launch this project. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen. But I was still not going to sit and wait for international pageants to help me launch this project. Since I'm already here, I can as well do a work regarding that. So with going to that community, I think as a mental health advocate or as anybody who advocates for anything, you should be able to go to the fields and see what these people are really going through, so you would be able to help them the right way. I think with a lot of people who are affected by mental health, they feel abandoned, they feel alone, they feel like the world forgets about them. So that was just a little act of kindness to remind them that we are here, we are behind them all the way through, and it's okay for them to start over and come back to society and make better choices.
I think that's a great one. And from that video and that project that you went for, there is a comment that I picked out of it. The guy said, "Mane, why are you not showing the people that you went to give your charity on? There is any issue regardless of showing their face, or you are just trying to do something that is not unexpected?"
No, the thing is, people have their struggles, and you do not know how they want the world to perceive these struggles. I think it is unfair for you to make people in their vulnerable state take their faces and put it on the internet. Is that something that they really want? These people deserve love, they deserve support, but they deserve to not be neglected too. So I would not recommend anybody to be taking people's faces and putting them on the internet without their consent. These people are struggling with mental health, and even if they give you their consent today, it might be something that they regret tomorrow. And the internet, whatever goes in there doesn't come out. Even if you delete, the images can still resurface years later. So I think it's part of their dignity and also part of just respecting their privacy.
For you commenting, and that's the response, I think it's a great thing that the Queen said. It is up to you trying not to show their faces, because it is unnecessary, and what they are vulnerable people, and they are facing a lot in society, and if you see their state, you definitely don't even want to take a picture with them. You would definitely just have to give, because come to think of this comment, I realized that, like, for his opinion was like, you need to show those people, like other people that are going to give charity, you see them, like, even they give kid, okay, like mint, they want to take a picture like you giving the kid, and then they post, okay, this one I'll give this, at the end of the day, it doesn't work it. So I think it's a great move, and this is the reason why they say a queen with a purpose, and you actually did a great in that path, and not allowing them to show their face, just allow it to be mutual, and everybody understand what you have done, and even them, they really appreciate your work, because I've been seeing a lot of comment from that one. So now, speaking of your current journey to Ethiopia, how is your preparation so far?
I would say Alhamdulillah, since I am signed under BIDIS, Modeling and Pageant Academy, I have a great team, not just the BIDIS team, but also the Miss Culture Gambia team, who are behind me and supporting me all the way through.
So, I doesn't mean that I forgot to ask this question, but it's like, it is a question that I'm supposed to ask since. In the beauty pageant world, each and every kings and queens that are involved in pageantry, they have a purpose. They have something that they are passionate of, which you already speak of. But could you elaborate more on that? Because in last edition that I have with Miss Tourism Africa, Gambia, they also asked like it was a mistake for her not to call what she was passionate of. She was just telling people that this is what you have to do, while she was not implementing them. So for you now, you already be in the sport. So what is your main purpose? Like, what are you passionate of? What is your advocacy? Yeah.
So when I started my pageant journey, I started with drug abuse and cultural preservation. But also, when I got to realize that drug abuse can lead to something greater, which is mental health. And in the society that we live in, mental health is quite often overlooked. You might be depressed or suffering from anxiety, and people will tell you, you're being dramatic. African parents will tell you, hale bu ndaw nga, ban problem nga am. So I think as a pageant king or queen, you shouldn't just look at the list of advocacies and decide, yes, this is what I want to do. It should be something that perhaps you can relate to, which I can. I can relate to mental health 100%. So I think if you're advocating for something, it should be something you're passionate about, something you're able to relate to. Because at the end of the day, your goal is to help people. But the people that you're helping, you also need to understand them. Because with a lot of mental health victims, it's not about they do not want to seek professional help, but sometimes they don't know where to start from. So it is your responsibility to help them, to guide them, so they would be able to get the help that they need.
Sure.
And with a lot of people, especially with people who suffer from depression and anxiety, sometimes they just need people to talk to.
Sure.
But it's also difficult to talk to people who cannot relate to you and people who cannot understand you. So this is my mission, to help people, create safe spaces for them, and also help people that are already undergoing treatment to understand that they are not alone.
Thank you very much. That's a clear one. Don't be offended in this question I'm going to ask you. What makes you different from other queens? To the media. Yeah.
So I think what makes me different is I'm a fighter. If I want something, I need to achieve it. Else, if I lay down at night, I'm not going to sleep. So I think that is what makes me different. I also want to leave a legacy. I don't just want to be remembered as a title holder. What did I do when I held this title? I think this is what makes me different.
Okay. Like this is another one that I need to ask. If this year there will be an opportunity for the Gambian pageantry industry to ask the government for them to include pageantry in part of their budget, because I've been seeing a lot of pageant kings and queens are struggling for them to go international, to raise that flag higher. So could that be a purpose, or could that be an offense to the government to ask this question?
That should not be an offense.
Okay.
One, because pageantry is putting any nation's flag on the map.
Okay.
If you're going for an international pageant, you're representing a nation. If you win, they're not going to call your name and say, Mohammed, you won. They're saying, Gambia won.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, if you win and you get funds to launch your projects, the first project you're going to launch is going to be in your country. You're going to be helping communities that the government is not able to reach. So I think the pageant industry and the government need to work hand in hand, since we're all here for the community.
So this is what they call beauty with the brain. I don't need to say much on that. This is actually beauty with purpose and beauty with brain, actually. Because as far as I know, I've seen a lot of impact as beauty pageant have put into the country. They are fostering communication, engaging communities, advocating for victims, and also reaching out to people that need the need rather. So I think it's very unfortunate we are not put into the budget, but I think this year, I think it's a great step as the queens and kings are standing up. For this year, at least next year, let be a budget for the kings and queens, especially the Gambia pageantry industry. Probably it's going to be like a force and enforcement to the government. So the government you watching, I think it's a recommendation from our queen, just like she said, they're really doing great to transcending our culture, putting everything together. The boldness, the confidence isn't just about showing their outfit, but it's about culture, cultural representation. Now she's an ambassador representing the whole nation. So I think it's high time for us to stand up and supporting our very own. So now, I don't want to ask the political issues, but let me just leave it there for the viewers. I think they will give the recommendation. So in every journey, there is difficulties and challenges that each and everybody face. So they tell us, like, do you face any challenges during your pageant career till date? What are your challenges you face before becoming a queen? So that the young one there, they will be actually inspired, not seeing actually a crown, but seeing you as a person. Now you are speaking to them, telling them that this is what I go through, but still I am the queen that should be the queen, rather.
I think with me, it was more of lack of self-esteem from people having opinions about you and your life and your appearance.
Okay.
You know, it starts with the bullying, people telling you you're being too feminine, just tone it down, be normal, why are you walking like that? And then you realize when you come to the pageant industry, these things are praised. You will be called elegant for holding yourself right. You will be called eloquent for working like the woman that you are. And I think with every person, you just need to believe in yourself. Know that people's opinions don't really matter. What matters is what you think of yourself and where you want to get through. The challenges are always going to be there, but like I said, what matters is what you think, and yeah.
So what message are you going to pass to the entire nation about the current crown that you are going to represent, like the Miss African Essence International? What is a strong message that, like, it's going to like a ode to them? Like, what are your promise that you get for them on board?
So as Miss African Essence Gambia, I already have my project. It is called the Project Heal, which I have already started working on with the launching that I did last week, helping mental health patients. If I think Gambians just need to support their own, stand up for their own. The pageant, I know that we cannot all book flights and go to Ethiopia, but we can survey the competition online, support our people, use our voices to make sure that the entire country knows that they have a representative that is out there fighting for them. And if God does the best and I come back with the crown, I will continue from where I started, going and extending my Project Heal and helping those that I intend to help.
So what message do you have for Ethiopians?
Ethiopians,
Yeah.
we are coming.
She said, Ethiopia, we are coming. So the entire nation, she's a promising one. She said that she's definitely going to bring the crown home, but through your support. When you comes together, you support her through this journey. The crown is going to be here in the country. But if you leave your hands, you do not support, do not expect her to bring that crown, because she needs our support mentally, physically, any kind of support that you need to support, actually. So what advice do you have for young people that want to involve in pageantry, especially the rural area, that are facing difficulty in terms of, like when you go down there, it's very, very hard for them to pursue themselves because they are going through a lot. So what are your advice are you going to give? Maybe we can do it like this, so that the interview be interesting. You can do it in English for an international view, because you're going for international part, and later you can do it to local language as well, so that those who are down there, they will understand the essence of being a beauty queen and what it's important for.
So as a beauty queen, the first thing you need to know how to do is stand up for yourself and be vocal. Opportunities are not going to come to you if you just sit. As a beauty queen, you need to be a fighter. You need to get up and get what you want. For the people that are in the provinces, I understand the opportunities are not the same as the people who live here, but we should not just sit and wait for these opportunities. We should be the opportunity makers. Create the platforms for ourselves, put ourselves out there, because with most pageants, they go to rural places to recruit those that live in those provinces. I think that can be a way for you to come out, show what you can do, and give yourself that platform.
Okay. So now to my local language. Let's do it the local way. So like just the same thing, just like how you do it, at least because people that are in the people that are in the rural area, they will understand what you mean. Because after saying this kind of British English, you'll be like, I'm not understanding what you understand all those things. They will predict in and I keep film. You'll be like, don't do the feel or what? You understand? But when you give the wall of vibe, be like, he's only giving us the British wall of. So let's go. Let's get to it.
So, luma don wax mo nekk ni opportunities du ñëw si yow so toogee di ko xaar. yow yaa ko war a jëlalil sa boppa and ñëpp xam nañ ni opportunities yu nekk fii ak yu nekk foofu noonu du benn waaye pageant organisers yu bari dañoo ñëw to these rural areas pour recruit leen yéen a war a génn si wane li ngeen mun pour ngeen mën a jox seen boppa plateforme pour so you can get what you want.
This is what I call, you see what I'm saying? When you live in the combo, they did. This one is trending, I'm telling you. Thank you very much, Queen, for coming. And I think you already sent a strong message. And this is what they call essence. I think you literally stand for the crown that you're going for. So I think we just pray into all the best that you definitely go out there and make the Gambian proud and make each and everybody that are behind this journey also proud, because they strongly believe in you. Because I've seen I've seen everything, and also a recommendation from the viewers for them also to see what actually beauty pageant has held, like hold a space in this country. You also engage in a lot of stuffs. So when is Miss Culture to ask? Are there going to be another Miss Culture, or is it going to be only you are being Miss Culture? I don't understand. How do you normally do it?
I have to hand over. Miss Culture Gambia's crown is the heaviest thing I had to ever carry in my life. Okay. But I am sure there will definitely be a second edition. And to the young girls out there, and you want to make a name for yourself, that would be a right opportunity for you to come and grab. Showcase your talent, fight for the causes you believe in, and allow me to raise this crown and put it on your head.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. So, what is your statement for the THDTV actually? What is your recommendation? At least telling us that this is me in THDTV. Yes, for the viewers, you need to know about this.
THD is doing great work. They are not just reporting on news, but they're going through every corners of this country to educate you guys on things that you need to know, on things that are beneficial for all of us and for the community in general. So what you need to do is subscribe.
Follow.
Keep up with the THDTV because they are definitely doing an amazing work.
Yeah, thank you very much. That is a recommendation from the THDTV. Thank you very much also, Queen, for you to come, and we really appreciate your coming. We also pray for you to go and bring the crown, and when you bring the crown, this is the first. We were just waiting for other media personalities to go and stand in front of you at the airport to receive you, while we're waiting for you at the studio and also at the airport to receive your crown. Definitely we will cheer you up throughout this journey. We're working towards everything that you're doing. Thank you very much for coming. And this is the exclusive show, Minds and Inspire, here at the Studio B. Make sure that you subscribe, follow, and thank you very much for the comment and the subscribe and the follow up. We make sure that we bring you the best always at the Studio B. Thank you.